Assalamualaikum and very good morning. First question, can you hear me?
Yes, doctor.
Alright, thank you. Okay, as usual, please make sure that you submit the attendance. Alright, okay, for today's tutorial, it's about sequence diagram. You only have 3 questions. So the first one is, what do sequence diagrams model? So this one actually you can get it from the PowerPoint slide. So I just share you the answer. Wait. Alright. So basically it's something like this. Okay. A sequence diagram illustrates the sequence of messages between objects in an interaction. A sequence diagram consists of a group of objects that are represented by lifelines and the messages that they exchange over time during the interaction. And a sequence diagram can show the control structure between objects. Okay. Alright. So because you have to remember this one, okay, because there is a, you be careful of the question. This question asks you about the model, not about what is sequence diagram. There is another one, it's about what is sequence diagram. Okay, so that one is different. Okay, this one is how do you model a sequence diagram. So basically it's something like this. You explain what exactly inside the model. Okay, inside the diagram. So the second question, what are the main differences between synchronous and asynchronous messages in the sequence diagram? So this one also you can get it straight away from the PowerPoint, so I don't have to explain this to you. But basically it's just like this. Okay. Synchronous messages are associated with an operation, have a send and a receive message. Okay. Asynchronous messages are associated with operation, typically have only a send message, but can also have a reply message, but it seldom happens. Okay. A message is sent for synchronous, a message is sent from the source lifeline to the target lifeline, and the source lifeline is blocked from other operations until it receives a response from the target lifeline. For asynchronous, in contrast, to synchronous message, the source lifeline is not blocked from receiving or sending other messages. Okay. Alright, so we go straight away to the third question. Anyone have tried this? You have a very small use case here. The customer specify an author on the search page and then press the search button. The system validates the customer search criteria. The system searches the catalog for books associated with the specified author. When the search is complete, the system displays the search result in the search result page. Okay, so this one is basically helping you to draw a sequence diagram. In the next exam, we will not tell you what to do. This basically is a step to help you to draw a sequence diagram. Usually we only want this draw a sequence diagram, but since it is a tutorial, so we show you a proper step in drawing a sequence diagram. Okay, so for this tutorial, you have to show step by step how you draw a sequence diagram as the output. Okay, first one, analyze the text of a use case. So, how do you analyze that? So we have this sequence, this case study, this case now. You have to figure out the means, basically the description of the use case. At least it must have a main flow, right? So let's put it here. Okay. So what is the main flow of this? First, exactly like this one, right? This is the step. The customer specify an author on the search page and then press the search button. This is the one. This is the first step. Okay, and then is there any if? What? Nothing, right? So it means after that, the system validate the customer search criteria. That is the second step. And then the third step is the system searches the catalog for books associated with a specified author. Okay, and the last one is the last sentence, as simple as okay. So if you look at this one, actually you can argue, because when we say about validate, so it means there is a possibility of exception flow. If the customer the search criteria is invalid, then what will happen? However, in this case, we don't really see any explanation on that. So you can justify it later in the next step. Okay. But then my advice for this kind of question, because you cannot equate this question with your project. Your project, you the one who determine the alternate flows or the exception flow. So you can think of any possible alternate flow for particular step. For exam, usually you only follow exactly what has been written in the question. You cannot put extra assumption. You can have, but my concern is you will not have enough time to answer. You can have explanation more on, for example, this one, right? You can have more explanation on that for its exception flow. However, it is not wrong. However, it will consume more time to answer this question. Okay. So next step is to to figure out the object involved. Okay. So just like in the PowerPoint slide, for this part you will have a table. So it's a table lah. Okay. So I use 4 because I want to cover the messages as well. Okay. So this one, the first one is for main flow. Second one is the object. And then the third one is the class type. And then this one I just put the messages so that I can easy answer the next step. Okay. So the main flow is exactly the same from the previous one. Senang je lah. Okay. So there you go one by one. So the first one, what is the object involved? The customer specifies an author on the search page and then press the search button. So this one is search page. Okay. So the class type is bounded. So message is based on the price. Okay. And then this one is okay. The second one, the system validates the customer search criteria. So this is the one that we have shown you in the PowerPoint slide on last Tuesday. It's about the validation. So that's why you can have this. So it's a control. And this is the message involved. The next one is the system searches the catalog for books associated with the specified author. So the catalog for book is the object. Catalog. Okay. So catalog is the one that you want to search. So basically it's something to do with the database lah. So have an entity. So it's a search book and okay. So next is when the search is complete. Okay. The system display the search result on the search result page. So what is the search result page lah? Search result page. Okay. So obviously this one is a bounded and right. Okay. So from here you have to go to the step 4. Basically here I already done the step 3, classify these objects based on their type. Done for this part. Okay. So we can go to the step 4, which is draw a communication diagram that fulfills the needs of the use case. The communication diagram here, it means by the one you see with the classes together with its actor. Okay, so for this one, can I cannot draw? Cannot draw here. So it start with the customer, okay, and then go to search. There, let me stop this. Okay, so you know that the actor is the customer, so it's always start with the actor lah. Oh, senang. Okay, so this is a customer. Okay, so if you follow the table just now, the next one is a search page, right? If we go to the customer specify an author on the search page, so it's a search page lah. The next one, okay, search page. So what happens here is you have press method, press message. Okay, so from after it search page, and then what happens is if we go to validate, just now I use validate page. Search. Okay. So this one, then I have validate. Alright, and then after I validate, and then I will go to search the catalog. Okay, so I have catalog. Okay, so my message is search. Right, so then after that I have search result is. Search result. Okay, so in here, if you notice, search result page, if you refer back to the table just now, search result page will display. Okay, so there is something missing in here. Okay, this part is missing. This part is missing because there is a connection over there. So this one you, by logic lah, by logic. I can make it as a create catalog with create search result page where it will display pop-up on the search page. Okay, or maybe I can change it into search result pop-up window, for example. Window. Okay, so when you have this, it means that you will go back to your table and change. Alright, so what happened is, let me stop this. Wait before that. What should I do? Oh, okay. If I open back this one just now, where is my okay, and then so if you look at this table, it's not as same as the one that you draw just now. This is happen. This is a common thing happen lah. So let me open. Good question, I'm trying to figure out how to why boleh tak sini masuk? Tak boleh. Boleh tak? How can I do this? Got no choice now. Siapa? Okay. So sabar lah. Control A, Control C. Okay. Okay. So this is the thing that you just draw. Okay, we just draw just now. Okay. Colon before the object name. Oh. No need. Yes. That one is the class. So it's just like this. It's not compulsory. If you don't have the object name, you can leave it like that. So we know this is a class. Okay. Then okay, so if you notice to this one, I go back to the first one, we got red, right? So that click is actually happen when the search is complete. The system display the search result on the search result page. So the display is not simply happen by itself, but you will have this create function in here. Okay, so the create will become something just like input lah, you know, before you call search result window. When then after that the search result window will display. In other words, the catalog will create and search. Oops, validate. Wait, let me double check. Press search page. Press validate search. Validate search. Catalog. Catalog. Okay. So if you look at this, so this one, search result window will be created. And then, however, since we want it to be displayed on the search result page, so we just, it's connected like this. I put it as the after that. This one is the before that, then this one is the after. Okay? But then the argument is, why not the display at the search page? Okay, never mind. First question, why customer is not there? Customer is there actually. Customer is here on the main floor. And this one as well. There's no message for it. So this one is for this one. Display, it will go back to the customer now. Column is not compulsory. You can have it and you can not have it. Okay. Once you have drawn a communication diagram, and then we go to the next one, translate this into class diagram specifically to that use case. So, that one is different. Class diagram. You will not have this customer in the form of actor. You just simply draw something like this, exactly the same, but then but we using class notation. Okay. Using class notation, what does it mean? It means that you just translate saja lah. Okay. I have to show you this, if not then you will got confused, right? Okay, let me stop sharing this. And then share you another one. Okay, so if we refer to this one, we call it as a communication diagram. Just now. Okay. The next one will be your class diagram. There is no big difference between these two except the notation. Okay. So customer, you will have customer, okay, And then you will have search page. Okay, so for search page, obviously you will have press here. Okay, so the next one will be okay. So this one will be validate search. Okay. So validate search, you will have validate here. You can have minus, to show it's a private method, right? And then after that you got catalog. So you have catalog. So for catalog, you have search operation, and then after that, you got search result window. Search. Okay. Search result window have this create and also oh, oh. Okay. And then customer will open search page, you have one-to-one, and then validate search through one table. I just use the same thing, it's okay. This one. Okay. So this is how the class diagram looks like from the communication diagram. Okay. So next will be the last part, which is sequence diagram from here. Okay. So for the sequence diagram, wait, it should be. Okay. So next will be sequence diagram. So for the sequence diagram, you already know all the classes by now. So you can have actor here. Jadi kalau ni mesti tengok. Okay, so here you got customer, and then you got search page. What did I use this one? Search page. Whether you want to use this format or you can use this format, or you can use this format, or you can have this format as well. All acceptable. All is good. Okay. So all refer to a class. Right. So this one, since I just use the first one. Okay. So next is, what is my next class? Search page and then validate search. Then I got validate search. Okay. Then I got, what else I got just now? Catalog. Then validate search, catalog, first result. Then I got catalog. Okay. And then search result page. Okay. So you got this. So from here, then you draw. As usual, you will have this. I just put it here like this. Okay. And then I start with the search page. So it means it will be like this. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then the rest is the dotted thing. Okay. And then after that, I go for validate search. Okay. So search, what do I have? If I refer back to my answer just now, I will press. Okay. Then after that, I will validate search. Okay. So here, okay, so it means my too big. Just now. Okay. After I validate, then I got catalog, which is I have to search. Right. So, okay. Okay. Right, then here is search. Okay, after I search, then I go for search result page. So search result page is, okay, since I will create search result page, so usually when we use what we call it, create, later on after some processes, this page actually is a created class, the one that you will put it somewhere here to show that this one is created after this process. You go. So I go something like this, then I say away. Create. Okay. Create result page. In my case, result window. Result window. Okay. So then after that is what happened? Display, right? So then you okay. Display to the search result. So it means, okay, never mind. I just go back here. This one is, so what does it mean? It means I have to okay. Display to the search. Okay. Wait, network slow. I stop presenting first, share again so that you can see. Okay. Aduh. Okay. So if you, at this point, we do not consider any invalid. Okay. Just follow the exactly from the use case lah. And so if you refer to this one is the first layer where you draw directly from the previous diagram. However, I don't say it is correct. Okay, you have to look at this again, and then you will see that something like this. Okay, so the last one is display, right? So when you display, it will go back. If I refer back to the communication diagram just now, it will go back to the search page, right? So actually this one is also to the customer. The display is it will display back to the customer, you know, it's not even through the search page. Through the search page, okay. When you, in the normal situation, imagine when you want to search something, you, and then the result will be back to you, right? It will back to you. So the display usually, if you refer some book, it will go back to the customer, not to the search page. The search page is meant to search and also to display the result. My argument, I prefer this one, not here. It will go back to the customer. Customer will get the result, you know. So when this happen, okay, remember when this happen, you have to go back to your previous diagram. The display is for the customer. So it means that okay, I change to another color lah. Instead, okay. Instead of this, it will go back to here. Okay. It will go back to here. All right. This one only. The one thing about class diagram, it doesn't show about the flow. You will remove. So when you have this, another thing that you have to change is also this. Do you remember the synchronous and the asynchronous? So this one, okay, meant for this. Okay, this one has nothing. Therefore, you have to change it to this. Okay. This one is asynchronous. Okay. So this is the last sequence diagram that you will get. The customer will press search button or go to search button and then to search, and then after that we validate the search through the validate search control, and then the control will go check the information through catalog entity, and then once they found the information, then the search result window will pop up. So it's created, and then this one actually will display back to the customer to show the result window. Okay, any question? Search be sync. Search be sync. It's not written anything. It's underline Emily. Sorry. This one underline. Once you have this, you must underline all. The format is like this. I forgot. Thank you. But again, this one asynchronous. In my case, I don't have written for search. Search through the display, is it? That display. Are you telling me it's about the display? I don't understand your question. Create return message for... Oh, no. No, create is not a return message for search. Oh, because it's a dotted. When you create, it's a return message. It's a reply message. Reply to that search. Reply or reply. The word is reply. Reply message for search. It's a reply message for search lah. By creating a class. By creating search result window. So that's why it goes to the right side. Usually we go to the left side, right? Reply.
Doctor, I have a few questions. Two question exactly. First, can we not create the search result page, and if let's say the validate search at the catalog, and then it return to the search page display. It means that can we not create the search result page as a create message?
Oh, it will return back straight away to the search page,
Yes.
Yes.
Display the result. Can
Right.
So
Understand.
the search results page optional for if we do not do pun is okay. If we do pun is okay.
Correct. Yes. One thing about what we call that? One thing about software modeling, there is no fixed answer.
Okay. And the second question, if we put the display return to the search page, it's not customer. Is right or wrong? Because the display is display on the search page. Is not. For my thought lah.
Yes, that one also correct. That one also correct. Yes, if you want to put it display up until search page is correct, until to the customer also is correct. I'm showing you this one to the customer because there are some books refer back to the customer, not up to the search page.
Okay, got it. And the last one, I think, for the async and sync arrow, and it doesn't matter where when do you get the return. I mean, after the customer press into the search page, and it use the sync arrow, and it doesn't mean that the search page must return immediately. I mean, if you use a sync process. If we need a return message after the whole thing complete pun boleh
Yes, you can. It's not necessary go and back. It can be
let's say.
go, and then back later on.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Doctor, for the explanation.
Alright, welcome. Any other questions? So this one is another answer which is also correct. I just show you. Jangan slow. Sekejap ya. Okay. So what I want to show you is you got two kind of answer for this thing. Okay, 1, 2. This one both correct. Alright. And then if you do not have search result window, for example, this one can up to here is also correct. So I have to, if you draw this, if you choose this answer, it means that, okay, then you have to make sure this one until here lah. Search, and remove this, and then again display. This one also correct. Okay. This one okay. This one, oh sorry, this one also okay. Any other question? But then your sequence, like once you have the sequence diagram, you have to go back your previous diagram, the communication diagram, the table, whether it's tally or not. You redo lah, modify back. Okay, this one is just the same process that you're going through for your project. Once you draw the sequence diagram, then you just realize, oh, we have to redo our use case description. It's not detailed enough, you know. Then you revamp again. That is why I need your last report, and then do not delete the whatever you have submitted to the Dropbox, so that I can see how your project evolves. Okay. Any other questions? Underline, it means it's a class. It's another notation for a class. Okay. So if you have no question, that's all for today. And then, okay, please remember that you're going to have exam tonight at 9 p.m. So please be punctual, because you do not know what will happen. Okay, as usual, what you have been practiced in your mid-sem test, you have to answer the question within 45 minutes. And then I will give you extra time. However, the extra time, if you exceed the extra time, then it's no submission. The extra time is meant for you to have this difficulty with the internet thing. By right, you should answer within 45 minutes. And then please use only one set. Okay. If you use more than one set, I will take the first one you attempt to see. It's always the first time. I will not go for the second, third one. Okay, because we have the timestamp and all. Alright, so question is MCQ. Last time in mid-sem you got 20 questions. This time you have 15 questions. Less question, what does it mean? It means you need more time to think, you need more time to search. So you are allowed to refer to anything, it's online and I don't mind. Okay, and then for final exam we will not, there is no compromise for the result. For continuous assessment you still have what you call that, courtesy to appeal lah, to whatever lah, you know, whatever. But exam is final. Once it's there, then that's it. Okay, there is no turning back. It's just like the normal exam lah. Okay. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you very much. See you next week on Tuesday. Okay, bye.